Breaking news. The Russian and Ukrainian front suddenly received good news. Captive Ukrainian woman. There has been little good to come out of the recent fighting between Russia and Ukraine. On April 11, however, we received unexpectedly good news. Indeed, this is very encouraging news. There must be many happy tears being shed right now among Russian and Ukrainian households. It was another mass swap of POWs, with Russia freeing 100 Ukrainians in exchange for 106 Russians held in Ukraine. Where did the discrepancy come from? I have my suspicions as to the causes. Perhaps some people are reluctant to return, while others can't wait to get there. This should be a rare instance of direct communication between the Russian and Ukrainian militaries at a time when bad news is constantly trickling in, and it is also a rare bit of goodwill in the face of cold, bloody, and cruel reality. The Ukrainian armed forces have revealed that out of the 100 Ukrainian prisoners of war released by Russia, roughly 20 are women. From the looks of the photos and videos, everyone seems to be in a good mood. They're all cheering and crying and hugging and holding Ukrainian flags and chrysanthemums and talking fast and loud. A bouquet of chrysanthemums? Why? Perhaps it's something they've always done. Way too many humiliating anecdotes exist. Valeria Karpolenko is the name of one of the female Ukrainian POWs who was recently released. Valeria Karpolenko. She was a border guard for Ukraine and helped defend Mariupol's Azov iron and steel plant. Particularly heartbreaking is the fact that she married a soldier from the Azov battalion in a battlefield wedding in the steel factory's underground bunker last May. The groom was killed 3 days later, and she was subsequently captured. The ruble will be available in Kherson as of May 1, according to an announcement from Moscow. The cost of this war in human lives is immeasurable. The Russian Ministry of Defense has announced that a military transport plane will bring the freed Russian service members to Moscow, where they will undergo medical evaluation and treatment. Although 100 Ukrainian prisoners of war were released, including 20 female prisoners of war, the Ukrainian side claimed that nearly half of them were severely injured, sick, or tortured. However, AP also reported that Ukraine had failed to back up its claims with any proof. However, please return. How tragic that so many people rushed to the front lines and never returned, but the fighting kept on. There was still the rumble of artillery fire on the Donetsk front. On the day of the prisoner swap, the Ukrainian government claimed the Russian military attacked 9 border villages, killing dozens of people. The Russian and Ukrainian front line features fierce fighting but also the treacherous reality of exchanging prisoners of war. Russia has released around 2,000 Ukrainian prisoners of war over the past year of Russia-Ukraine conflict, while Ukraine has released slightly less. I believe the most significant prisoner exchanges took place on 2 separate occasions. One occurred in September of last year. More than 100 captured Azov battalion soldiers and 5 senior commanders were among the 215 POWs that Russia released all at once. 5 British, 2 American, and 1 mercenary each from Croatia, Sweden, and Morocco were among the 10 foreigners released by Russia at the same time. Medvedchuk, a pro-Russian Ukrainian leader, and 55 other Russian prisoners of war were released by Ukraine. 4 Ukrainians, including foreign mercenaries, for every 1 Russian, total of 225 people. Clearly, this is not a fair deal for either party. However, Russia has been very kind. The international community has come to view the prisoner swap as a gesture on Putin's part, intended to show respect for the captured Russian soldiers and appease the Russian people. The swap is also a major diplomatic coup for mediators Turkey and Saudi Arabia. It's unequal because Russia reclaimed it and Medvedchuk was removed. He is the godfather to Putin's daughter and is widely regarded as one of Putin's closest friends. He was detained by the Ukrainian government shortly after the outbreak of the Ukrainian crisis on suspicion of treason. Therefore, we also saw that Russia released Ukrainian soldiers in many prisoner exchange operations. Of course, Ukraine also accused Russia of arresting many civilians. Orthodox clergy and politicians alike were among those detained in Ukraine. In February of this year, Russia and Ukraine traded a cleric accused of treason for 28 Ukrainian prisoners of war. This demonstrates yet another way in which Russia is still holding many prisoners of war, including foreign mercenaries, while Ukraine has many non-military bargaining chips.